Alright, picking up from where we last left off, first of all, I'm gonna start by deselecting my film gate because I didn't do anything there. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Okay, now like I was saying, I want to give this ball a little bit more attitude and life. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go right up to the point where the ball hops over, and I'm gonna squash it down using the scale tool here. Scale it down. You may notice here, let me switch to the 4-view mode. So that way, whoops, wrong side. There we go. So in the 4-view mode, as I scale it down, what I'm trying to simulate is, somebody squatting down and jumping into the air. So I'm going to mimic the same movements a person would do before jumping over a wall, slightly bending their knees before they project themselves into the air. So I'm doing the same thing with the ball here, but as you can see, as I scale it down, its original position where its feet were is now being a little bit misplaced, but that's no problem. I'm just gonna use the move tool there and move it back into position. Once I have everything in place, I'm going to hit S again to key those attributes, so that way when the ball rolls by, squats down a little bit and goes into the air. Let me view it from the perspective view here. Okay, so the ball walks in. See, its translate position is fine. Actually, its scale Y is 1.5 at this point, but it's going to squash itself down to, if you look over here, you'll see the scale attributes adjusting itself. So that's 0.85. So as it comes in, squashes down, gets ready to jump, boom, jumps into the air. Now what I'm going to make this ball do is elongate itself as it jumps into the air. So at this position here, the ball is going to be, I'll just go with keyframe 22 since that's already been established. I'm going to scale it to make it look like boom. Give yourself a little bit of lift as it flew across, so right there. So let's squat it down, boom, stretch itself over, boom. And now onto the point where it lands. You see how the ball lands, but nothing really happens. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure that when this ball lands, if you want to be certain about the keyframes that you're working with, you can click on these little tabs here. See, it says step forward 1 key, and it'll go to the next keyframe along the timeline. So I want to make sure that I'm working with the keyframe of this object at that location. If I want to be certain, I can click on these and it'll take me to the next keyframe along the timeline. So anyways, like I was saying, I want to make it so that the ball here, once it lands, boom, squashes itself down just subtly to show some impact. Key it, as it lands, boom. And actually it happens a little bit too fast, because what's happening here is as the ball comes in from here and lands, see, the ball should be completely stretched out like this right up to the point of impact. Boom. So it's like, I don't know, I'm not sure what this keyframe is about. I don't really need it at this point, so I'm going to get rid of it. So the ball starts here, it's elongated, and I want it to stay elongated just up to the point where it lands. I don't want it to, distort itself on the way down. I want it to boom right up to that point. I want a few frames prior to landing for it to be a little elongated like that. Key it there, so right before it lands, boom. Actually, I probably should have it right before it lands. We'll see what that looks like. key that there. Go back one frame and eliminate that keyframe here. So when it comes in, boom, there we go. Zoom out and check it out and see how it's going. Up in the air, boom. Up in the air, boom. I suppose I could do the same thing with the beginning animation before it jumps over the, say, jumps the fence. Could have him squat at least 1 or 2 frames prior to actually going over the edge. Probably make it look a little smoother, because right now it's already squatting down and leaping. To me, that I want it to squat and leap a couple frames before the actual leap itself, not during the frames here and here. So I'm going to go back a few steps. Actually, let me see what the original, okay, scale X, Y, and Z is 1.5, so I'm going to move this. So this is 17. I'm going to go back 1, 2, 2 frames and make sure the scale is 1.5 as well. Should move it in position. Oops. 1.5. There. Seems to be locked into place. That's why it's doing that. It's kind of a weird thing that happens now and again. So I'm going to set a keyframe first. 1.5. Move it into place. No, I don't know why that's doing that. Oh well. Just eyeball it. 1.5 and then move it in position. There we go. Now key it in place. So now the ball will move right up to that point and squat down, boom, and jump into the air. Land, bounce, and land again. If I wanted to stretch it out a little bit as it jumps from this position here to this position here, I could do that too, probably right about here. Just a little bit. Not as extreme as when it jumped into the air, but boom, there you go. Then lands and stays there. So we'll play that back. Boom, into the air, lands. So in the end, when it comes to animating little details like that, I mean, they may be subtle details, but you know, your eye will start to realize, you know, something not quite right about how the object is moving. You know, the trick is to try to get these items to move as natural as possible. That's the really hard task there. But you know, with good practice, that's all. That's all it comes down to, is being able to, you know, work with the tools that you have and get these things looking right. Or not. Keep your same set of skills and go work for the Sci-Fi Channel. A lot of their animation looks like, you know, total crap. That's it for this lesson. We'll see you on the next exercise.